I'm coming
Zooming
to
in.
the party. I'm coming to the party, Alona. I'm coming
I
to the
see.
party.
Let me
I'm
see.
just going to take
Right.
45 minutes and then come to the party.
Okay. And they're not muted yet, are they?
They're
Nope,
muted.
They're
we're not
muted.
muted. I can hear you.
Well, Carol is speaking.
I'm coming to the party.
You know, not right now.
Hey, Carol.
I'm coming too, but I'm going to be late, so you better stick around.
Okay. I'll be here.
Okay,
I won't be late.
Okay.
I'll be late.
Okay. Hello, Terry Russell. You're muted. I can't hear you, but
You've got a fresh haircut for your trip, your next camping trip.
I do.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
I
I'm
like it.
so glad to see you.
I heard that I was going to have a mystery Zoom yogi today. And I guessed it was you.
South Carolina.
I'm so happy to see you.
I wish I could be at the party.
I wish you could too, but I understand why you're not. So, okay.
Help you.
Wendy is not there.
She is not, but we sent her the link. So I
Okay.
don't
All right.
know. Sure.
I never hit all those buttons. Maybe that's been the problem. Okay, can y'all still hear me? Somebody tell me you can? Yes, okay, good. All right. So let's close the eyes. The only thing I want to do for like, I don't know, the next half a minute or so is I just want us to be together. Here in the studio, at home, wherever you are. I just want us to breathe together for a minute or so. And in your breath and in this breath that we share in this time, begin to feel what's happening. Begin to feel what you know. Though you might not be able to define it to anyone else, but begin to feel what you know of what this practice of yoga is. Over the years that I've been practicing, over the years that I've been teaching, it's been this thing that I've tried to figure out how to define and how to describe to people. And I realized one morning this week when I was doing my own practice that it's not anything that I can describe or can define. It's something that we feel when we come to our mat, when we come into our sacred space that we practice in, when we come into our body, when we come into our breath. It's something that we feel, we know. We know it now, what this practice is. We know it now, what we want, what we need, what we're given from this practice. So after 30 years, I decided that I didn't need to try to tell anybody what it is. And what's lovely is that once I decided that it wasn't my place to tell anyone, and I was scrolling through all of the poetry that I've shared over the years, I came upon the very first poem that sparked my love of poetry, that I've read, so many times in practices, to teacher trainings, to retreats. And in that poem, I found the best definition of what this practice is. So I'm going to share that a little bit with you. You do not have to be good. You do not have to walk on your knees for 100 miles through the desert repenting. You only have to let the soft animal of your body love what it loves. That's it. That's yoga. So let's take this, all of us, here in the studio, in your home as you're practicing, in your sacred space as you're practicing. Let's take that into our hearts. I invite you where you are to bring your hands into a gesture of prayer and bring your prayer to your heart. And feel as you breathe in and as you breathe out, the condensation of those words, the essence of those words that Mary Oliver taught us years ago, that feel as relevant, as important, as significant now as ever. Breathe another breath in and out. And then with your next inhale, sitting just as you are, begin to bring your prayer up overhead. Reach the arms up. Take whatever stretch you want to take up top. You can keep the hands together or you can let them open. You can lean to one side and then the other. You can turn a little bit. You could bend the arms if it's more comfortable to do that. You could look up. You could arch back a little bit. You can do whatever it is your heart wants you to do, just in this moment, just this first stretch. And whenever you feel complete with whatever you're doing, might be now, might be in the next breath or so, I'd ask you to bring your hands back into prayer position overhead and bring your prayer back to your heart. And as the hands come back to heart center, just taking this moment to feel such gratitude for this community, for this practice, for this time that we share. And maybe like one more breath in, and then after that, you can release the hands down. Allow the eyes to open. Hello. And we're going to make our way standing. So just clear any props that you were sitting on out of the way. Throw them onto the person's mat next to you. Get any props that you feel like you might want within arm's reach. Like if you're a block person, a blanket person, just have those nearby. And then come to stand somewhere on your mat. Doesn't have to be necessarily at the front. Could be the middle, could be in the back. But do this, just a little bit of a test. Take your arms out wide and make sure you're not going to whack somebody. And if you are, then just either step forward or step back a little bit so that you'll be able to do that. And then bring your hands to prayer position at your heart. So here we go, this practice that we know so well, that we share together, that I share with you this one last time. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, release the arms down by your sides. Inhale, reach your arms out wide to the sides and stretch to the sky. You can look up if you want. You can lean back if you want. And then separate the arms as you exhale, leading with your heart as you dive down over the legs. And then on your inhale, come up halfway, just high enough that you could look forward, stretching forward through the heart without crunching the neck. Be mindful there. Breathe in one more breath, and then as you exhale, just fold back down. Engage the abdominals, press into the feet. Inhale, sweep the arms out wide to the sides. Reach all the way up. You can look up, you can lean back if you want. And then as you exhale, bring your hands back to prayer position at your heart. Doesn't that feel good? Breathe in again as you exhale, release the hands. Inhale once again, reach the arms out wide as you stretch up nice and high. Exhale, leading with your heart as you dive down over the legs. And then come up halfway again so that you could look up if you wanted to. Fold back down on your exhale. Reach the arms out wide to the sides. Stretch all the way up. Lean back if you want. Exhaling, bring your hands back to prayer. Still feels really good. Let's do one more of these. Inhale, arms overhead, stretch up high. Wow, what a groovy yoga mat. Exhale, deep dive down. Oh, sorry, deep dive down over the legs. Come up halfway on your inhale, lifting into the heart, and then fold down and pause. Like seriously cosmic. Oh my God. You'll have to show the Zoom people later, your yoga mat. All right. Downward facing dog pose. Do what you need to do. Bend your knees, plant your hands, and step your feet back. Oh, and then just this first dog, just like really dive in and feel it. No dog will ever feel as good as this one does. So pressing strong into your hands, get a big high reach up through your hips, a good stretch down through your heels. That feels nice. What's happening in your neck? Relax your neck, let your head hang. Take a big inhale, and then as you exhale, you're going to lower the knees down. And then let's just go through a simple little cat-cow sequence. Inhale as you lift your heart to look up. And exhale as you draw the belly in, rounding your back. You've done this, God, over 30 years. How many times have you done this? Just follow your breath back and forth, nice and easy. And as you do that, as you dive into the feeling sense of what this is, allow your body to move in other subtle ways, like maybe a little bit off to this side or that side, maybe pausing somewhere where the stretch feels too good to rush through. So we'll go for like, I don't know, the next 45 minutes, something like that. Actually, let's do this. Let's park at the end of your next inhale. Let's park at a cat lift so your heart is already open and lifted. And you can take maybe one more breath there. And then on your exhale, bow the heart down to the floor as you transition down onto your belly. So you can do that in whatever sequence works for you. And then once you're all the way down, let's do just a little baby back bend to get things started. So a Sphinx pose. So lift your chest and head up just enough that you can prop onto your forearms. And while you're doing that, while your arms are supporting you, you don't need to contract or engage anywhere so much. You might even let your head hang. You might take your head off one side or the other side, not all the way off. And then when you feel like you want to make this a little bit more intentional, you can kind of lift up out of the shoulder blades a little bit, engaging the back, maybe even pressing into the palms, taking the forearms away from the floor as you come up into more of a hybrid kind of a back bend. So on your last couple of breaths, take the energy all the way up to the top of the chest. Let the head tip back so the gaze goes up toward the ceiling. And you can inhale maybe one more time, and then on your exhale, lower all the way back down. We're going to, transition up through table pose on our way to child's pose. You can take your time with that. And then once you ease your way back into child's pose, do all those little things that make it more comfortable for you, like taking the knees wider apart, having the arms forward for support, maybe shifting the hips a little bit. All right. And then make your way, please, back up to hands and knees. Make sure you have any props that you need for a lunge. Like if you want to get something underneath the knees, bless you. If you want blocks, go ahead and grab them. And then we're going to swing the right foot forward as you come into a lunge. And just to kind of get rolling with this, I want to do a little bit of flow. So for this back knee, the left knee can be down, or you can go with the left knee up, your choice. This is going to be with your breath. So you're going to start by inhaling as you deepen the lunge a little bit. And then as you exhale, you're going to pull out of the lunge as you begin to straighten the right leg, moving into just kind of a quasi hamstring stretch. And then on your inhale, you shift forward again into the lunge. And as you exhale, you straighten the front leg again. And following the breath back and forth, nice and easy. You don't really have time to push either of these, so don't try. Let the soft animal of your body love what it loves. So we'll go for like another maybe 20, 30 seconds, something like that. And then I'm going to have you finish in the lunge, so bending again into the right knee. If you were doing this with the back knee down, please lift the back knee. Okay, keep all your props just as they are. Just be aware if you've got a blanket there, don't trip. Please step your left foot to join your right foot. So you're stepping to the front of the mat. Okay, just pause, wait till everybody gets there. And then come up halfway again, like we did before in the flow. This time, bend your knees just a snurch. That means a little bit. So you're able to really telescope the heart forward, draw the shoulders back, lengthen the neck spine, look forward. Breathe one more inhale where you are, and then as you exhale, fold back down over the legs, engage the abdominals, press into the feet. Inhale, reach the arms out wide to the side, stretch all the way up and overhead, and then at the top, exhale to chair pose. Y'all, we're waiting for that. Every time you do chair pose from this point forward, you're going to miss me a little bit. So drop deep into your hips and really lift up through your heart. Reach through your fingertips. Breathe in, breathe out. Go a little bit deeper because I know you can. And then inhale, stretch, come all the way up. Give yourself a lovely back bend at the top. And then dive all the way back down. All the way back down. So we're going to step back into the same lunge you were just in. It means the right foot's going to stay forward. You're going to step back with your left foot. And you can, again, keep the back knee up or you can lower the back knee down. We're going to do a twist here. So let's, just to keep it simple, let's ground the left hand. You can be on a block if you want. On an inhale, reach your right arm out to the side and up toward the ceiling. And try to push out of the left shoulder so much that you feel this rebound of energy into the heart. From the heart, reach all the way up into the right hand. Best you can, turn the gaze, look up at the right hand. Breathe one final breath in. And then as you exhale, bring your right hand back down as well. If the back knee is down, lift that knee again. And then straighten your front leg. Take blocks if you want. Walk your hands around to the left. Turn your feet to point toward the long edge of the mat. And as you come up about halfway, say hello to the person next to you. And then fold back down over the legs. So once you're there, do this. This will feel so good. Bend your left knee. Shift your hips way over to the left and stretch out the inside of the right leg. And if you want to turn the leg and pop onto the heel, if you want to do that thing, you can. And then whenever you feel like you want to, just come back through center and go to the other side. And once you've done both sides and you're satisfied there, come back to center. Come back to center. And we're going to do another twist at center. So the legs are going to be straight, feet parallel. You're going to place the right hand on the floor underneath your face. Or you could cross it over and grab your left leg if you want. Then on an inhale, reach your left arm out to the side and up toward the ceiling. Draw the left shoulder blade onto your back. Turn more from the heart, less from the hips. Open the heart so wide. Breathe one final breath in, and then as you exhale, unwind and fold right down through the center. All right. And then just look up enough you can see where you're going. Start to walk your hands around towards your right foot. Pivot on the feet. Come back into the lunge where you were. From there, hands to the mat. Drag your right foot back to join your left foot, downward facing dog. And as soon as you get there, this will feel good as well. Stretch your right leg out behind you and lift it up so high. At the top, you can bend the knee and twist the hip open. You can rotate the ankles, squeeze the toes, do all that kind of stuff. And then place the right foot down beside the left so you're back in dog pose. Stay in dog pose, but bend your left knee, put all your weight down into your right heel. And then press into the left heel. And just a little bit, press into both heels. Draw the abdominals in super strong. On your inhale, come forward to plank pose. Once you get there, lower your left knee down to the mat. Pivot the right heel in toward the midline. Ground your left hand right underneath your shoulder and then roll open to the right, reaching the right arm up to the ceiling. And again, push out of the left shoulder into the left hand so that the heart feels held and buoyant. And you can inhale one more breath. And then as you exhale, roll over to table pose, both hands, both knees. And then let's slip in a twist there. Take the right arm, thread it under the left arm, and drop down onto your right shoulder. And soften here. Let the soft animal of your body expand. With every inhalation, with every exhalation, releasing that need to be perfect. You'll be here until I figure where you should go next. All right, I'll let you decide whenever you're ready. You can press back up to hands and knees, cat lift. When you get there, cat tuck to follow that. Maybe a couple more of those just because it feels good. But then you'll finish in a cat lift, like before, with the heart lifted and open. And you're going to take in an extra breath. And then as you exhale, you're going to bow the heart as you transition back down to your belly, just like we did before. And then inhale into whatever sort of back bend you want to do right now. If you loved Sphinx before, you can do that again. If you want to do something stronger, more dynamic, you can do that as well. Whatever you do, let it be an expression of your heart. As you open your heart, filling this space with heart energy. Can you feel that? And then whenever you're complete with this one, you can transition back down to your belly. You push up through table, and we'll go back again to child's pose. This child's pose might feel a little bit different. You might want to do it a little bit differently. All right. So table pose, hands and knees when you're ready. If you lost any of your props and all of that business, go ahead and get your blankets, your blocks, etc., back in place. We're going to do the lunge on the other side. So once you got your space set up, you'll swing your left foot forward. Get everything all set. Good arrangement, good alignment. And then once you've got that, get a good breath going. And then with that breath, you're just going to begin a nice, easy flow, just like before. So I always like inhaling in the lunge and exhaling as you come back. Heck, what do I know? Do it however makes sense for you. That the inhale supports what you're doing. The exhale seems to facilitate where you are. And as you go back and forth, not holding, not pausing really, So not needing to make it perfect, just letting it be this organic, natural flow. So we'll go for like another 20 seconds-ish. All right, let's start finding the lunge again. So bending again into the left knee. Once you get back to that, lift the back knee, lift the right knee. Be mindful of your props, don't trip. Take in a breath, and on your exhale, step your right foot to join your left. I'll give you a second to get there. Once you're there, you can come up halfway again. And again, just like before, if you bend your knees just a little bit, you'll be able to get a really nice extension forward through the heart. And you should be able to look forward without crunching the neck. Draw the shoulders back. Breathe one more inhale. And then as you exhale, fold back down over the legs. Engage the abdominals, press into the feet. Inhale, reach the arms out wide to the side, stretch all the way up and overhead. And then exhale to chair pose. I was telling the story last week. I think I kept people in chair pose a little too long last week because this all came from Graham saying that if you don't do chair pose every day, then you get to this place when you're old and decrepit and you can't get up out of your chair. That's how it started. So take another breath in and out and go lower on the exhale because you can. And then inhale, stretch all the way up, all the back bend. Exhale, dive all the way down over the legs. So we're doing the same lunge that we just did. That means your left foot's going to stay forward, right foot's going to step back. For the lunge twist, that's the plan here. Back knee can be either up or down. Yo, do the other side. Yeah. So you're going to ground your right hand. On an inhale, reach the left arm out to the side and up. And you're pressing down into the bottom hand, reaching up through the heart to the top hand, looking up best you can. And breathe in one final breath. And then as you exhale, bring the left hand back down too. Lift the back knee if it's down. Straighten the front leg, walk your hands around to the right, turn your feet to point toward the long edge of the mat. Come up just enough so you can see your neighbor a little bit, and then fold back down. And once you get back into the forward bend, bend your right knee. Shift your hips way over to the right, stretch out, breathe into the left leg. Remember, you can keep the foot down, you could turn the leg. And when you feel good on that side, come through center, do the other side. And once you've done both sides, you can just come back to center and wait there until we set up the twist. So for the twist, you want both legs straight, feet parallel. You're going to place your left hand on the floor underneath your face, or you can go ahead and cross it over and grab your right ankle if you want. On an inhale, reach your right arm out to the side and up toward the ceiling. And turn more from your chest, less from your hips. What are you whispering about? Oh, you don't know. I might do it again. Breathe in one more breath, and then as you exhale, unwind. And just enjoy that center place for a moment. How's the stretch feel, baby? All right. So look up enough you can see where you're going. Walk your hands around towards your left foot, pivot on the feet, come back into the lunge, facing forward. As soon as you get there, hands to the mat, downward facing dog. Step back to dog. Once you get there, you can reach your left leg out behind you and up. You can bend the knee at the top, twist the hips open. And then place the left foot back down beside the right foot so you're back in your dog pose. Bend your right knee. Put all of your weight into your left heel, every bit of it. And then put some weight in the right heel. And then put some weight in both heels just for a moment. Draw the abdominals in super strong. On your inhale, come to plank pose. Bring your body to a strong straight line. Lower the right knee down. Pivot the left heel in. Grounding the right hand underneath your shoulder, roll open to the left, reaching the left arm up. And pushing down through the bottom to lift up through the top. And take one more inhale where you are. And then as you exhale, you can dismount back to table, both hands, both knees. And then once you're there, you're just going to thread the left arm under the right and ease on down to your left shoulder. And then just soften where you land. Just another few breaths. All right. And then you can press into the right hand, climb your way back up to hands and knees. When you get there, do a cat lift. Look up with your heart. Do a cat tuck after that. Do maybe one or two more of those. And then come to neutral. Turn your toes under and lift up, downward facing dog. Once you get up off your knees, if you still have a blanket on the middle of the mat, you can grab that, I think, and just move it off to the side. So push strong into the hands, lift high through your hips. Big stretch down through the heels. And then look forward to your hands without holding your breath. Begin to bring your hands and your feet together. You can either walk the feet forward or the hands back, or you could end up somewhere in the middle if you want. And then once you're there, just let your upper body relax and hang down. So let's do a couple of things to just kind of counter all of the dog poses and hands and knees stuff. Have your knees soft. Reach your arms back behind your back. Interlace the fingers, palms facing. Pull the shoulder blades together, lengthen the arms, and then lift the hands up off the lower back. So yoga mudra. You don't necessarily need to press the heels of the hands together. If you want to let them separate, that's a really nice counter stretch for the wrist. You can, if you want, take the arms to the right, turn the head to the left, arms to the left, butt to the right, all those sorts of things. And whenever you feel complete with that, probably now, just let the hands release and drop back down toward the floor. Keep the knees soft. Keep the knees soft. Draw the low belly in. And then just one vertebra at a time, you're going to kind of cat roll your way up to standing. Take as long as you want to take coming up. And when you get to the top, whenever that is, just stand really tall. Feel your place in the world. So I want to do one more thing for the shoulders, just before we move on. Be mindful of the people next to you. Take the arms, reach them out wide to the sides. Just don't whack anybody. Okay, and then kind of quickly on an exhale, bring the arms together, one elbow on top of the other. Weave the forearms together, join the palms together. So this is eagle pose, the upper part of it. Doesn't really matter which arm you've got on top. Just you decide that. Move the arms a little bit this way or that. See if you hit an angle that gives you a really good stretch. Normally, eagle pose is done with a lower body part as well. It's a balance element. If you want to do that, you can bend your knees just a little bit, almost like chair pose, and then cross one knee over the other. I know there's a rule for which crosses under and over. I don't know what that is anymore, and I no longer care. So, because all right, if you're doing any of that lower body business, just plant both feet. And then remember which arm you got on top. Open your wings wide. Eagle wingspan. Palms up, shoulder blades draw down the back. Big open-hearted stretch. Take one more inhale and then exhale, bring the arms together the other way. Opposite elbow on top. Check that. And then if you want to do the lower body piece, you can bend your knees, kind of like chair pose, and then cross one knee over the other. And if you're doing the lower body stuff, you can step both feet back down to the ground. And then everybody, just to finish, take your wingspan wide. Heart open, palms open. And then bring your hands to prayer at your heart. And take a moment, like really take a moment to get centered. The next pose that we're going to do is going to be a balance pose. And when you're in a room full of people, it's a little more challenging. So before we do tree pose, just take a moment to really get centered, to connect with your center. You can also set up a space that you want to do this pose in. If you want to come and stand near a wall for less distraction, that's fine. If you want something that you can hold onto should you need it, that's fine too. I think my favorite yoga pose is chair pose. I think my second favorite yoga pose is tree pose. So we're going to do the tree pose now. Decide which leg you want to stand on. Doesn't matter to me, but you decide and take a moment to get really grounded through that leg. Once you've got that, you can start to shift your weight into that leg. The other leg will be free then to bend out to the side. You can place the foot up along your standing leg, wherever you want it to be. And then from that point on, it's your practice. So you can do whatever you want to do with your arms. If you want to transition from tree into something, like warrior 3 and then back into tree, you can do that. And it is hard in a room full of people to balance. So if it's not working out for you today, then just enjoy what it feels like in this moment for you. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to walk miles on your knees. You just have to breathe. So once you've given side 1 your best shot, you can step out of that one. Take a moment to regroup. When you come down, shake out. Shake it out. Shake it out. Yeah. Anything that you need to do to like decompress. And then before you leap into side 2, take a moment to recenter. Just to tap into what you feel your center is. And build the pose from that, from your center, grounding down through your new standing leg. And then once you've got that, then the other leg is free to do what it wants to do. You can bring the foot all the way up to the inner thigh. You can keep the toes on the floor if you want. And then once you've got that established, the rest of the pose is yours. What you do with your arms, whether you stay tree or you transition, say tree to 3, back to tree. And once you've done what you want to do in this pose, then you're free. You can release and step out. When you do step out, shake off whatever you need to shake off, move around in whatever way you need to move around. If you stepped away from your mat, of course, make your way back to your mat, standing at the front of the mat. And then standing once again with your hands in prayer position at your heart. Just a few breaths to kind of integrate and to feel this center now, this connection. So these poses that we've done that I've taught you over the last 30 years, they're these beautiful shapes. And we're just going to follow that classic pattern and the wisdom of this practice. You can breathe in one more breath, and then as you exhale, let the arms release. Inhale, just take a big stretch up and overhead. And then on your exhale, dive all the way down over the legs. So we're going to start off with a little bit of warrior work. With the right foot forward, it's going to be warrior one. So you're going to take a short step back with your left foot. Pivot the left heel sharply in toward the midline to ground it. Like really ground into your left leg. Like make that very intentional as you press into your right foot and come on up to standing. Hips are going to face forward, short edge of the mat. Adjust the placement of the feet so that you can do that without cranking anything. Bend into the right knee, but don't force that. As you do that, though, as you bend into the right knee, feel the rebound of energy up into the heart. And then, of course, the arms reach up. You can have the hands apart or palms together. And if you want to turn the gaze and look up, that's great. If that's too much for you right at this moment, then be where you are, be happy where you are. So this is the first of, 2 or 3 warriors we're going to do. We're going to follow this with warrior 2. So you're going to take a quarter turn open to the left. You'll need to adjust the back foot. So as you do that, take a moment just to reconnect to the right leg. Make sure you've still got good placement there. Just to give yourself a little bit of a breath, straighten the right leg for a moment. Lift more into the heart, reach wide through the arms, and then re-lunge the right knee, but keep reaching back strong through your left arm. Nice. Gaze goes out over the right arm. A little bit of a smile on your face because y'all look kind of serious right now. All right, let's do one more warrior. Let's do what they call peaceful warrior. So you can drop your left arm behind you and reach the right arm up. And if that encourages you to straighten the right leg just to get that big reach, well, then do that. Do that. Do what you need to do to really open up the right side of the body and then take it back down into the lunge. Just one more breath in and out. And then you can come back to warrior 2. And the finale of this is triangle. So straighten the right leg, cut the hips to the left, reach way out over the right leg, pivot right hand down, left hand up. And that really should be the culmination of all of that work that you did in the warrior. You should feel now so bright, so open. If anybody's crazy enough to want to try this, you can transition into half moon from here. I knew who you were. And then half moon people, just when you feel done with that, try to step gracefully back to triangle. And then we're going to finish back in warrior 2. So you'll pull through the left hand, rise back up to the top, bend one more time into the right knee. Take one final breath in, and then as you exhale, hands come down to touch. Step the left foot to meet the right foot. Okay, and either stay here, that's choice 1, or option B, you could bring the feet together, rock up onto the balls of the feet, bend the knees, and drop the hips to the heels in a ball of the foot squat. If your knees say no, don't argue with that. So either a ball of the foot squat or Uttanasana, forward bend, as with every exhalation, you drop deeper heart over the legs. Squat people, when you're done with that, hands come back down to touch. If they're not, press into the hands, lift your butt. Butt goes up, head goes down. And then engaging the abdominals, press into the feet. Inhale, reach the arms out wide to the side, stretch all the way up and overhead. I meant to do this earlier. We'll do it now. Standing side bend. So grab either wrist up top, pull your upper body up through the center and off to one side. And as you pull your body one way, your upper body one way, push your hips the other way. And like, you know, if you want to look up, look up. If you want to look down, look down. Breathe big into the side that you're opening. See if you can go just a little bit deeper on the exhale, just a smidge. And then inhale, come back up to the top, change over second side. Okay, and hips go away from the upper body. The gaze can go up underneath the top arm. You could look down at the floor. One more breath in and out, and then inhale. You can come all the way back up to the top, the back bend, however much you want to do. And then one last time on an exhale, you're going to dive all the way down over the legs. All right. So here we go, side two, starting in warrior one, left foot forward, right foot steps, short step back. Pivot the right heel sharply in toward the midline, and then press into the right foot, like really ground through the right leg as you begin to come up to standing. The back leg is everything. It's your anchor. So feel that connection as you press down into the outer edge of the right foot, bending only as much into the left knee as you can, maintaining that connection in the back leg. And then all of that in the lower body supports this lift into the heart and the reach ultimately through the arms. You might emphasize just a little bit more what you're doing. Just for one more breath in. And then on your exhale, we're going to transition warrior two. So you're going to take a quarter turn to the right. You want to open up the back foot a little bit. Just check to make sure after you made that turn, your left knee stays good. And to give yourself a breath, straighten the left leg for a moment, just for a moment. Really lift into the heart, reach through the arms. And then go back down into your lunge, bend again into the left knee. As you do that, reach back so strong through your right arm. It almost feels like somebody's pulling you back. All right. Second warrior done. Peaceful warrior. Drop your right arm behind you and reach the left arm up. And as doing that, if that pulls you out of the lunge in the left knee for a moment, that's okay. Let that happen as you reach through the left side body. And then take the lunge again. Go deep into the left knee. Just one final breath in and out. And then come back to warrior two to prep for triangle. You'll straighten the left leg. Cut the hips to the right. Reach way out over the left leg. Pivot left hand down. And right arm up. And if you did everything you needed to do in the warriors, which I think you did, that sets you up for this bright, beautiful place now in triangle. You can stay in triangle. You can transition into half moon if you choose. And then just know, those of you that are in the balance, that are in the half moon, you're going to want to step as gracefully as you can back to triangle. Lisa, wow, perfect. Like a ballroom performance. Okay, and then on your inhale, pull through the right arm, rising up. And warrior two to finish. Lunge the left knee one last time. Take a full and complete inhale, and then as you exhale, cartwheel the hands forward and down to a high runner's lunge. From there, step your right foot to join your left. Okay, pause there for a second. Three options. Option A, stay in the forward bend. Option number two, ball of the foot squat. You did that a moment ago. Option C, flat-footed squat. If you want, you can walk your feet apart, turn the toes out wider than the heels, bend the knees, drop the butt down toward the floor, but not touching the floor. And then just so we're all doing the same thing, when you're done with squatting, come back into the standing forward bend. And then downward facing dog pose. And it just occurred to me that this is the last time I'm teaching downward dog. Wow. So push into your hands. Lift high through your hips. See how much weight you can take out of your shoulders, out of your neck. Keep that lift up through the hips, but see how much closer you can get the heels to the earth. Breathe just one more breath in and out. And then on your inhale, come forward to plank pose. And it's probably the last time I'm going to teach plank. So let's hold here for a little bit. There's all kinds of modifications. You can be on your forearms for this if you'd rather. You could even be down lightly on your knees if you'd like. Or you could be where you are and just breathe your way through this. And let's say maybe just one more inhale. And then on your exhale, you can lower all the way down to your stomach. And just be there. Be there and be comfortable there. Do what you need to do to be comfortable. If you need to rock your hips a little bit, you can do that. If you want to windshield wiper the legs, you can do that. So we're going to do some back bending. We've done a little bit. We're going to do just a little bit more. Just because I want to make sure we hit your favorite back bend. We're going to do 3. We're going to do a belly down back bend. I'll talk more about that in a moment, like locust, bow, that sort of thing. After we do the belly down back bend, we're going to come standing up on the knees and we're going to do camel, Ustrasana, which may or may not be your favorite, but the way we'll do it today, I think everybody will have a good experience. And then after that, we're going to come onto the back and we're going to finish the back bending either with bridge, maybe supported bridge, maybe wheel. So for the first back bend, belly down back bend, if you need padding underneath your hip bones or pubic bone, take a moment to get that in place. And we're going to start out with locust. I will say this, if you know yourself well enough and know you want to do bow pose, rather than starting in locust, you could go ahead and bend your knees and grab your feet for that. It's just easier. But for locust, Shalabhasana, we'll start with the arms down by the sides. And then on an inhale, you're going to lift your chest, your head, and your legs away from the floor. Once you get up, there's any number of things you can do. If you want to keep the arms reaching back, you could clasp yoga mudra style. That feels good. If you want to make this a little more challenging, you can start to bring the arms more forward. And if what you end up in is more than you want right at the moment, then just know that and back off a little bit what you're doing. Maybe like 1 or 2 more breaths. Breath is big here. So let's just say this. On your last inhale, lift higher than you even thought you could. And then on your exhale, you can lower all the way down. And just take it in, just receive. So that was back bend number 1 of 3. Next round we're going to do is Ustrasana, camel pose. You're going to come standing up on your knees. And you might want to get a little extra padding there as well. You could either use a blanket or put an extra pleat or fold in your mat. You want to come standing up so that your knees are as your feet would be if you were in Tadasana. So like maybe about hips width or so apart. So before we go into this, variations on this, options on this, in case like you're having a mental block, some people like to reach back for the heels. That's easier if the toes are turned under. Some people like to support the low back with the hands. Some people like to take the hands back to blocks. So if you know this pose and you know where you're going to go, get yourself set as you need to. Otherwise, come standing up nice and tall, arms down by your sides. Draw the low belly in, lift into your heart. Let your heart feel light as you begin to turn the gaze and look up, and then just very gently begin to curve backwards. That's all you have to do. If you want to reach the hands down to touch something, that's great. If not, that's okay too. Keep the heart so bright, so open, so much love in the heart for what you're doing right now. Stay only as long as you feel like you want to stay. And when you know you're done, come standing back up tall on the knees. You can sit your hips down onto your heels. I think it feels really nice to rest the hands palms down on the thighs, very grounding. You can also drop your chin towards your chest. Really helps to bring the energy down into a nice soft place again. Okay, and then our third and final back bend, we're going to do from the floor. So as you're ready, you're going to transition to a seated position. I don't think you need anything underneath you, just your mat. If you know that you want to do a supported bridge, make sure you've got a block within reach. If you don't have a block and you'd like one, let me know and I'll get you one. So come lying down on your back. You're going to have your knees bent, walk your feet in towards your hips. And then before you come up, do this, please. Engage the abdominals so that the abdominals support the back. Like really feel your feet grounding into the mat. Connect with that. Keep the abdominals toned. Maintain that connection through the feet as you press down into the feet and begin to roll up onto your shoulders. Go up only as high as you want to go up. There's no contest here. Go up high enough that you feel your back body engage. You begin to feel the front body opening, especially the front of the hips. If anybody wants to go all the way up into a full back bend, you can place your hands on the floor beside your ears, press into the hands, say a little prayer, and then God willing, go all the way up. If you would rather put your butt on a block and be in a supported bridge, do that, please, and do any variations in supported bridge that make your heart happy. And those of you that got your butt on a block, you'll probably want to stay longer than some of the others of us. So I'll say this. When you feel like you've done what you want to do, remember this is back bend number 3. So this is not baby stuff. When you feel like you've done what you want to do in the back bend, you just ease your way back down to your back. Once you come down, and you're not in a rush. If you're still in the pose, keep enjoying it. But those of you that are coming down, decide once you get down which would feel better for you. Feet together, knees drop open. Or you could walk your feet apart and drop your knees together. I smell samosas. All right. Before we get up, I want to do a little twist just to release the back. So have your knees bent like they were for bridge. Press down into your feet like you were going up again, but lift your butt up a little bit, shift it over to the right, couple 3 inches, and then bring your knees more into your chest, drop your knees over to the left. And you can use the left hand on the outside of the legs just to kind of snug them down. Right arm reaches to the right. Turn your gaze and look to the right. Alrighty, you can bring your knees back up to center. Place your feet on the floor, shift your hips back to center, and then shift them the other way. So we'll just do the other twist, and then we'll have a big knee hug after that. So shifting the butt to the left, drop the knees over to the right. And you can use the right hand on the outside of the legs just to kind of hug them down. Left arm reaches to the left, gaze goes to the left. Are you tuning? Sunrise, sunset. Okay, bring your knees back up to center. Get your butt back to center. And then let's go for the big knee hug. And if you want to do something bigger and flashier here, like Happy Baby or Cobbler, you're welcome to do that. Or you could just let me do all the work right now. All right, so enjoy for a few more breaths. And then after that, we're going to make our way up to seated position. We're going to finish the practice with some forward bending. So if you want to grab a blanket or a bolster to sit just up on the edge of, you can do that. You want to be comfortable for this. I sacrificed my blanket for you. Okay, so I'm going to give you several options with this just so you can kind of feel what works best for you. We're going to sit cross-legged, right leg in front of the left. So that is, I would guess, the simplest, most accessible option. Maybe that's perfect for you right now. If you know yourself and you know your hips are more open and you want a bigger stretch, you could cross your right leg on top of the left leg in what we've called either fire logs pose or double pigeon. Or you could put your right knee on top of the left, which is called cow face pose. So either of those options will be a little bit deeper hip stretch. This is also, though, forward bending. So you don't have to go crazy with the hips. Cross-legged seat is just fine. So get your legs set. Ground down through your sitting bones. Sit up nice and tall through your spine into your heart. Wait. And when the time is right, on an exhale, begin to lead with your heart as you fold out over the legs. I would bring the hands forward to catch some weight. And we're going to let this pose just kind of evolve organically as it will. When you first come into it, like maybe you don't get very far. And that's okay. Soft animal of your body. Like my cats have the softest bellies. And that's what we're going for here, just that innocence. When you adopt that in a pose like this, that's like the whole world opens. Couple of things to check, just kind of as you're here. Make sure, of course, that you're not straining your low back or tweaking your knees. But then less obvious things like what's happening right now in your jaw? What's happening in your throat? The tongue is such a strong muscle. Can you let your tongue relax? You're here another half a minute. And then anytime you're ready, you can just reverse the process and come back up and sit. When you get back up to the top, just a moment, just be in that space and feel the release of the pose and just this feeling of expansion. So we're going to do, of course, the other side. Before you fold the legs the other way, if you want to give them both a stretch, you can. If you want to give yourself a little back arch, just kind of as a counter pose, you can do that. And then you're going to fold the legs again. Left leg in front, cross-legged seat. Left leg on top of the right, double pigeon fire log thingy, if you want. Left knee on top of the right cow face. It doesn't even matter what you did on the first side. Just feel what feels right on this side. Get your legs set. Ground down through your sitting bones. Sit up nice and tall through the spine. And wait. Wait until the time is right. And then when you feel that moment, then leading with the heart as you come on down over the legs. And you've got so much time here. Practicing softness, practicing innocence, especially if you've been practicing for a long time. It's so easy to lose that. Reclaim that. What is this pose? What is this practice? Another handful of breaths. Okay. And then on your next inhale, you can just reverse the process as you come back up. When you get back up to the top, so special just to sit for a moment and to take that in and to receive this sense of expansion, opening. So you have a choice to make at this point, and I know how some of you might choose this. So we're going to move into our final pose, which is either going to be Shavasana for most of us. Some of you I know would prefer to finish the practice sitting, just in a very brief meditation. So decide kind of where you want to ride out the rest of the practice. Get yourself a space set up for Shavasana, if that's where you're going. Make sure if you're sitting that you can continue to sit comfortably. And if there's any last stretch that you want to throw in before you move into that final pose, either lying down on your back or sitting up, you can take the time for that. So the first thing I want us to do is just breathe together for a half a minute or so. Just nice, easy breaths in and out. Eventually, There's going to be an exhale that just drops you down into that sweet, sacred space. When you feel that opening, don't try to hold on to anything, but just allow yourself into that space. You do not have to be good. You do not have to walk on your knees for 100 miles through the desert repenting. You only have to let the soft animal of your body love what it loves. Tell me about despair, yours, and I will tell you mine. Meanwhile, the world goes on. Meanwhile, the sun and the clear pebbles of the rain are moving across the landscapes, over the prairies and the deep trees, the mountains and the rivers. Meanwhile, the wild geese, high in the clean blue air, are heading home again. Whoever you are, no matter how lonely, the world offers itself to your imagination, calls to you like the wild geese, harsh and exciting, over and over, announcing your place in the family of things. So coming back to your breath, a little bit deeper breath in, a little bit bigger breath out. And as you allow your breath to continue to expand, you can let your body do the same. You can open up your feet, your hands. You can stretch through your legs, through your arms. Those of you sitting, I'd ask you just to continue to sit, please. Those of you in Shavasana, I'd ask you, please, to begin to transition your way back up to a seat, because I want us to finish sitting together. So make sure as you come back up that you're comfortable, that you're not going to be fighting anything. And keep the eyes closed, of course. Just sit nice and tall. Easy in the shoulders, easy in the face. Nice, easy breath in and out. And one final time, as you inhale, reach your arms out wide to the sides. Take a stretch up overhead. And once the hands are there, join the palms together. And as you exhale, bring your prayer just to your forehead. Pause there for a moment, eyes soft, mind soft. And then bring your prayer to your heart. Pause there, heart soft, heart open, so filled with gratitude. I have no more words. Thank you for being part of this. Thank you for being a part of my life. Blessings and love. Namaste.
Namaste.
Zoom yogis, would y'all please unmute yourselves? Y'all, I brought you chocolate.
Uh-huh.
Namaste.
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 Is there a
Namaste.
dry eye in the house?
It's a full house.
Is there a dry eye?
Great class. Great class.
So wonderful.
Thank you. Pay no attention to me. I'm just standing here holding the bag of chocolate. So y'all, chocolate, and we're having quite a fete out in the lobby. So
Enjoy. I'll see you soon.
yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And seriously, I love y'all.
I'm coming that way. So
I
don't leave
love
without me.
y'all. Thank you. If you're on Facebook and we're not friends, make me a friend because that's where I'm going to stay in touch.
You are loved right back.
Oh, goodness.
Bye, Liz. See you soon.
See you soon.
Hey, don't leave till I get there.
I'm not leaving anywhere. I'm here. I'm here.
Okay. I have to drop my dog off at the groom.
Okay, I'm here. You would not believe. So I'll see you tomorrow. So this is yes, yes. And we will. But I just want to say, oh, right too. And then I'll Are you taking this class? I'm taking it. The class is not going on. Okay. It hasn't been this big. I'll try my best. You're not leaving, are you? We got some more. I got 5 minutes. Sonia. Are you not leaving? Yes, okay. You're not leaving. Yeah, but I don't get to call you out here. These are my favorite chocolates. I say my favorite chocolates. So no, I'm hard to call. It's only one time I have to last.
Hey, still waiting to talk to Elizabeth?
Yeah, I was just going to give her a hug, a
Okay.
virtual hug.
Okay.
I will say.
Terry wants to give you a hug.
In my life?
Hug, girl. Ah.
Oh my God. Honey, I am so happy to see you. I heard what happened to Mr. Terry.
Yeah, It's been a long road, I'll tell you what, but you know, I'm just gonna cry because you what you and Graham and Betsy did for me and the trajectory you set my life off on, it's been the most beautiful life.
I
And
know,
living
I feel that same.
Oh my
about
God.
Graham. So you carry it forward.
Yeah. Yeah. And I don't know who gave you permission to retire, but I do.
Look who's here.
Sort of like, you know, I mentioned it kind of.
Oh my God, Mark. Hi. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good, good. Oh, I'm so glad to see your smiling face.
Well, yes, we had a good time here. Glad you could be here too with us.
Well, y'all have big plans now to travel or?
Didn't they tell you about the damn camper van that we bought? It's the fault of that damn camper van.
Mobility, there's a lot to be said for it.
I know. So that's what we're doing. We're actually leaving on Monday morning, going on our next trip.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Well,
Yeah.
I will stay connected to you through Facebook
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
just, you know, I'm in there. I'm in there. So
So I haven't done that much on it, but I will
Bye-bye.
as we
Yeah.
go forward. So we'll stay connected.
okay, okay.
Okay, dear.
Love you, girl.
Love
Enjoy
you
your
too.
day.
Bye.
Bye.
Yes, I'm done. I'm done.
Oh, you're done.
So I was talking to Terry. So, but I'm done with this.
Okay, love. Okay.
You can turn me off. I can't figure out how to turn myself off.
I'll turn it off.
Thank you.